Hi guys, my name is Pamela Gwebani, but you guys can call me Thank You. If you are new here, please do hit the subscribe button and please do make yourself feel at home. And if you are a returning subby, thank you very much for the support and thank you so much for the comments and the likes that I got on the previous video. It really goes a long way. I really appreciate it. So guys, if you do follow me on Instagram, I did ask you guys if you'd like me to post a video about being on Uber or Bolt, basically e-hailing. So I'll be going in detail because everyone keeps on asking me how do you do it, what do you need, and all that stuff. So I hope this video answers everything, every question that you have. So first things first, I've got a book here that explains all the requirements. The reason I bought this book is so that I don't leave anything out and I make sure that you guys get every information that you need to know. So first of all, what are the requirements of Uber? Okay, so basically the things that we'll be talking about is what are the requirements for you to sign up on Uber or Bolt. How do you sign up? Renting out your car, if you will be renting out your car, and then who is gonna be responsible for what if you will be renting your car, and then also the pros and cons, like the disadvantages, and the advantages of Uber, and then how much should you be renting your car for. All right, so basically this video, whether you are going to be the driver or you will be renting out your car on Uber, it will be beneficial to any of the above. Okay, so first things first, we are going to start with the requirement on Uber. So the requirements on Uber and Bolt, they are more or less the same, but except Uber has a little bit of more requirements. For example, here I listed 8 things that are needed for you to sign up on Uber, whereas on Bolt it's actually just 6 things. Okay, so the first one that you need is to do a roadworthy certificate. So you need to take your vehicle for roadworthy so that they can check if it is in a good condition to be on a road. And then the second one, it is a DECRA certificate. You can go to the nearest DECRA to do the booking so that they can check your vehicle. And then the third one, you are gonna need a double disc. So a double disc, you can be able to get it at any traffic department. And then the fourth one, you do need a car insurance. That is number 4. And then if you are a driver, you are gonna need a PDP, which is the permit. And then you're also gonna need to do your fingerprints verification. They will let you know where you need to do them. They usually do them at what do you call this, at Postnet. And then for Uber, they do have extra requirements, as I did mention, 2 extra requirements. Your vehicle, it must be less than 3 years. By that I mean like the year model of your vehicle. So for example, now we are in 2024, so which means that your vehicle can only be a 2021 model going up. Let me just count: 2021, 2022, 23, 24 years. So which means that your vehicle can only be a 2021 model going up. So it doesn't mean that when I say 3 years, like you bought it 3 years ago. No, we mean the year model. That's why I'm specifying the years. And then you also need an Uber operating license. That one you can get it at Uber offices, the Uber operating licenses. Okay, the second question is, how do I sign up? So let's say you already have all these requirements, except if you are renting your car, you don't need the PDP or the fingerprints. The driver is gonna need those. But if you will be the driver, then now you need to sign up. So basically what you do is you download the driving app. You already have all these documents that you need, and then you upload them on the app. And then after uploading the documents, all you need to do is just wait for them to approve you. They usually take a day or 2. They don't take that much time to get back to you. So if you will be renting out your car, there are some things that I wish I did, wish I did not, and I very much regret. For example, I wish I would have signed up a contract with my driver, because right now things are just all over the place. I feel like it's not like he doesn't know what is expected of him, but he takes advantage because there was no contract in place. So I would really advise you to get yourself a contract written down in black and white. Take it to the nearest police station and have it certified after once you guys have both signed the contract. And then on the contract, obviously you will also stipulate the days of payment. The Uber guys or Bolt guys, let me just say e-hailing so that it's easier for all of us. So on e-hailing, they get paid weekly. So if whether they're on Bolt or Uber, but they've got different days, they get paid weekly. So which means that you should also expect weekly payments. So yeah, that's how it is gonna go. And then who is supposed to drive the car? Okay, yes. So the reason why I wrote this one, who is supposed to drive the car, I feel like you also need to be very clear on the contract who is allowed to drive the car and who is not. Because remember, when it comes to insurance, if someone else is driving the car and not the person that is on the insurance, that is a very big disadvantage, because if they get involved in an accident, there is a possibility that the insurance might pay out. And then also, just to be specific, when it comes to insurance, you do not get just any insurance. You need to get a commercial insurance, not your personal lines or not your personal insurance. Okay, so we move on to the next. So who is responsible for what? So now there's a driver, and then there is you, the person who's renting out the car, if you will be renting it out, of course. So now if you will be renting out your car, the driver, I believe that they should be responsible for the speeding tickets, because that is not your responsibility if they're driving recklessly. So they need to be paying for those. Of which it's one of the things that I wish I could have done in the beginning, because now there is always a back and forth. So it's easier if it's stipulated on the contract that the driver is responsible for the tickets. And then taking a good care of the vehicle. Obviously, the driver is not gonna say, hey, your car is dirty, please come and wash it and stuff like that. The driver is responsible for taking care of the vehicle, making sure that it's clean all the time and all that. Thirdly, the driver is also responsible for the safety of the car, because obviously if you're giving away the car to someone, you want to make sure that it is safe wherever it is. So the driver needs to make sure that the vehicle is safe. Yeah, the point that I wanted to mention was that sometimes people also, I feel like if you really want to make money, you really need to decide that, do you really want money or do you love your car so much? Because sometimes you just need to let your car go. I know you love it, you want to hold on to it, but sometimes you just need to let it go. Because some people, they are not realistic. They will be like, no, I want the car to stay with me, but the driver comes and fetch it. But to be honest, when you think about it, it is not practical, because chances are you'll never know the driver that you're gonna get, where they stay, and also their working hours, when would they like to work. Because sometimes drivers, they work at night, like around 12 or whatever, whichever time is more convenient for them. So it is really not practical. So for me, my vehicle does stay with the driver. Okay, and then the other thing that the driver is responsible, it is obviously the petrol. The driver is responsible for petrol. You don't buy any petrol. Okay, and then you as an owner, you also have your own responsibilities when it comes to the vehicle. Responsibility number one is to make sure that your vehicle is insured. So that is upon you. The driver is not liable for the insurance at all. You as the owner are liable for insurance. And then you are also responsible for tear and wear. So when we talk about tear and wear, we talk about your tires, your brake pads, your clutch, anything that could go wrong on the vehicle that was not intentional. It is upon you. So tires and brake pads, you definitely need to make sure that you are liable for that. And then the service as well, we know that the vehicle needs to be serviced after a few kilometers. So you are responsible to pay for the service or to take the vehicle for service. So you can ask your driver to take it for service, or you can take it there yourself. It totally depends between the two of you and what your agreement is, but you are responsible for the payments or any extra charges or additional charges once the vehicle is sent for service. Okay, and then when it comes to the tickets, you are responsible for any tear and wear tickets. So let's say, for example, you run out of brake pads or actually the tires, and then your driver gets stopped by the traffic police, and they did mention it to you maybe a week or 2 weeks ago that the vehicle has a problem, the tires are worn out and you did not replace them. I honestly feel like it is entirely your responsibility to make sure that that is taken care of. So you are responsible for those tickets. The drivers, I feel like they are more responsible for speeding tickets. And remember, guys, this is just my opinion on some of the things. That's how I see like best for everyone. Okay, and then now we all know this is South Africa. There are disadvantages on taking your car on Uber, but it all depends on how much you love money, and I do. Okay, so there are disadvantages of taking your car on e-hailing. First of all, driver not paying on time. It is pain in the ass, guys. Having a driver who's always giving you excuses and telling you about their personal life, telling you, yo, I can't pay you this week because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then the risk is higher. The car is always on the road. So obviously, because your car is always on the road, so which means that anything can happen anytime, because you don't know how often the driver drives the vehicle. So anything can happen. The risk is obviously higher. Okay, and then driver's trustworthiness, like it's what do they call this in insurance? Good faith. Like when it comes to you and your driver, you work in good faith, because you never know how honest they are. They could be also using it for their own personal use. I guess it comes with the job, comes with the perks of renting your car. They could be using it for anything, like it could be anything. And also the other thing is borrowing people your car. My goodness, guys, one day I will tell you the story. I will tell you this one story that really pissed me off. But anyways, I am cool now. So you really want to know that your driver is someone that you can trust, and make it very clear to them that they're not allowed to drive or give away your car to someone else, to their friends or wherever it can be. It is not supposed to be that way. Okay, and then the other thing, as I did mention, we are in South Africa, and also there is South African Taxi Association, which is a very big disadvantage because there are always wars between taxi driver and e-hailing drivers. So your driver might find themselves caught up, or you, if you will be driving your own vehicle, find yourself caught up in the situation whereby you meet a taxi driver and things happen. I've never experienced it. I don't know what exactly happens, but yeah, I've heard stories about taxi drivers being against the Uber or Bolt drivers. Okay, and then driver not paying tickets, as I did mention. That one, I wish I would have made a contract and stipulated it, because you can't be paying for tickets and then now you ask someone to pay the tickets, they don't pay them. And the worst part is that when you are used to this money, guys, you can try and say, you know what, I quit, I'm gonna take my car, blah blah blah. Chances are it's not gonna be possible. It's not gonna be easy, because it's not easy to find a driver. And you are used to this money coming in. That's another thing. So yeah. And then the advantages, guys, of all of this that I just mentioned is that you get moolah. So that's why I'm like, if you love money enough and if you are not that attached to your vehicle, renting it out to someone else, then you can just go ahead and do it. But if you like, it's not for someone who's not sure. You must be really sure that this is what you want. Okay, so now the biggest, before I go to how much am I renting my car out, or how much you can rent your car for, I will tell you some of the facts or some of the things that maybe you might have not known, you might have questions around. First of all, women can also drive Uber or Bolt. I'm sure you guys have seen it if you do use Uber or Bolt, that there are women who are now driving Bolt. So if you were questioning, can you do it or can you not, you can definitely do it. And you can actually make more money when you're driving yourself, believe it or not, because if the driver is paying me the money that he's paying me, how is he paying himself? So definitely he gets more money than you. So yeah, and I've actually met a woman. I was taking an Uber one day, and because my car is already on Uber, so I always ask questions so that I know, and then I get more info on this. So I know that that lady, it was on a Saturday, she was telling me that so far this week she's made about 6,000 and something rand for that week alone. She works a 9 to 5, and then after work she then would go to Uber to take a couple of trips. So in a week she was on about 6,000 and something rent, and she was saying that okay, it was on a Saturday, and then she said okay, if I could just reach 7.5 by tomorrow, then I will just take a break. Yeah, so that means that there is money. So rough estimation, we would say that about 6 point something. And remember, this person is working a 9 to 5, guys. Then only after work she would go on Uber. And then the last one, you can rent out the vehicle. Oh yes, so if you don't have a car, you can always rent out a vehicle. So if you are not working and you are looking to make money, whether it's extra money or principal money, you can always rent out a car, as long as you got a PDP and you have your fingerprints verification. You can always rent out the car. And then the last one is, how much should you rent your car out for? So currently my car is only on Bolt, only because I need the operating license for Uber, and it is quite a long process. So it is only on Bolt, so I'm renting my car out for 2,000 rand per week. And then apparently if you are both on Bolt, or if your driver is both on Bolt and Uber, you can rent it out for 2,500 rand. So guys, that's it for today's videos. I hope you do like the concept or the content of this video. If you do, please do not forget to press the thumbs button, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah.